Alright, so let's move the camera back just a little. There we go. Alright, so I was just going to do an upload, but then I decided, you know what, how about if we just go live and do a teardown of this sucker. Well, anyway, I'm thinking about tearing down this computer. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to tear it down. I need a couple of things though. You think somebody would join? I don't know, I'm not that popular where I could get 1,200 people to watch. Alright, let's do this. See if we can't. I guess the first thing I'm going to have to do is actually tear down the computer. I'll have to tear it down. Well, we're going to shut it off. We'll have to shut it off and then tear it down. So, get a final look at it, because that's the best it'll look. And power down. Alright. So, some of the lights can be on, some of it can't. Alright, so that's going to work like that. Here, I want to see something real quick. Let's turn it back on real quick. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh. Nope. Expensive. Very expensive. We'll set that off to the side so I don't drop it or break it or destroy it. Huh. The hell was that about? I guess it, here, let's turn the camera. I don't know, did I lose signal? Did it kicked off or something? That's kind of odd. Alright, well, we'll try it again. I am out in the garage, so I probably don't get the best signal. One of the things I do want to do is build a computer for out here so I can live stream while I'm out here. It's so cold, man, I can see my breath. It's like working in a meat locker. There we go. Alright, so I got that cut. I got that cut. That's cut. Alright, got that off. See, I would like to see if this will fit the new build. The only thing is that I noticed that this is on a bracket. So this would actually have to come off of a bracket. I'll bring the case over here. We'll see if it fits. I don't know if it will or if it won't. Hopefully there's enough light out here for the camera. Here, let's grab the new build, or the new case. Turn those sideways. That way I can set the new case right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I kind of have the camera pointed at the wall. Here, I'll aim it down now. Like that. Okay, so the case, which is this thing. Here's our case. It needs to fit here and reach all the way around. So it actually has to go, let's see here, which way? See, that was the other thing I noticed. It wouldn't exactly, it would have to go over like that. And I don't really like that style. It's meant to go actually through here, and then you can put this thing in a hell of a bind, it feels like. Yeah, see, it ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna have no choice but to buy the thermal take. This is a Fantex. It works great. I have no complaints, but it's not going to work for this case. So we're going to have to buy. That sucks, man. I hate spending more money on I don't like the fact that I got to spend $70 on another one of these just to fit this case. That's what sucks. That's how they get you too, you know. All right, so this has to go back in its Fantex box. I'm just going to lay all the parts over here to the left, and then once I'm done, I'll have to put everybody back in the box that it came from, which I don't mind doing that, but it's whatever. It gives me something to do. Alright, so I can go ahead and take this out of frame. We're gonna deal with this on another day. Maybe it'd be a good idea for me to live stream and do that at the same time. Here, let's point it back up at what we're working on. Alright, so let's see here. What's the next thing? Next thing is we can remove that. That doesn't need to do anything. Pull that off. That can go. Alright, let's see here. All this stuff up here can go. We don't need that anymore. We could probably disconnect the cables on the side, like the internet. I don't need an internet cable no more. Let's take that away. Now my only thing is I'm not sure what we're going to put in its place. That's the other thing. I get bored with this and I'm like, okay, let's build it. I build it and then I'm like, alright, I'm bored. Now what do I do with it? I just get bored with it. So we're going to tear it down, put it all back in inventory. Now that leaves me with this big open space. I got a brand new 50-inch television flat screen that I could put there. Or I can do another wall-mounted gaming computer, something like a version 2.0, something a little bit different. Maybe of course water-cooled, but slightly different, of course. It must be a bad time to live stream right now. Everybody's at work or on their way home or whatever. Who knows? Maybe it's the way I'm dressed. Maybe they're just like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Alright, let's see here. What else can I do? I can probably take the RAM out. That doesn't really affect anything. I'm trying to keep the RGB and the lights and stuff going for you guys. Whoa, that killed it. Oh yeah. I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, I wonder if I remove this RAM, will that like kill the circuit? That goes to show you, look, what your RAM will do for you. Oh look, it kicked back in. I'm saying it should kick in. It should detect me pulling this out, and then it should kick in. Because that's the whole point of that CMOS chip, is to remember all the bullshit that's going on inside there. Huh. Alright. So we got our RAM out. I'll set that over here on the table, because that's where we're setting all our parts at, is over here on the table. It is absolutely snowing its ass off outside right now. Holy Jesus. It is, woo, it's snowing. Snowing real good. Alright, let's pull this cable out. Sorry, I'm trying not to block. If you're wondering what that... Ooh, yep, that definitely did it. If you're wondering... Here, let's see if I can't turn the LED back on. If you're wondering what the hell I'm wearing, it's called a comfy. It's super comfortable. That's all I got to say about it. Alright, there's that. Alright, so let's just go ahead and kill the power to this. You know, I can't remember how I got that power supply mounted to it. I actually think I have to remove the cover, and I think I put 4 bolts through the actual frame of the power supply. So I think I disassembled the power supply, and then that will allow me to remove it from the acrylic back plate. Ah, shit, man. That sucks. Well, let's, oh, let me see how much I can disconnect from it. Like that. I don't remember how it's held in there. I think I bolted everything. I'm pretty sure I bolted it. I was like, you know, I'm going to have to bolt every damn thing. Let's see here. But there's a piece of wood behind it. And that wood presses down on everything. That's why it's so stable, is because not only is everything bolted, but then I have wood that makes like a box frame behind it, and that just goes right behind those bolts. And then you squeeze all that together and it just locks everything in. And I mean, this thing, I could take this traveling. I actually thought about that. I was like, you know, this would be kind of cool to take around, but to show who, I'm not that popular. I need to get into like, I live in Sevierville, Tennessee. I wish people in my town would have like a big gaming place or something. Some kind of convention or something. Maybe I should start something like that. See if a bunch of people would show up to that. I'm sure there's a lot of that goes around my town. It's just, it's unheard of really. But I think an event like that would be awesome. Let's see here. These are all on cables that's on the back side. I guess really what I need to do is disconnect the plumbing. But that's going to leak everywhere. And I don't really think I have the drain bucket. I use like this plastic bucket that I use to like drain every damn thing with. It works great. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that works. We're not talking much water, but you know, it's enough to where it can make a mess. Here, let me turn the light on. Let's see here. Oh, what a surprise. There's nobody watching. What do you know? I'm not that popular. Oops, sorry about the wobble. I'm trying to play with the tripod, even though there's nobody watching right now. What else is new? How about a super chat? A super chat. That's funny. Alexa, continue music. Fuck it. Ain't nobody gonna watch, then I'm just gonna do my own thing. Alexa, pause. No, I'm not gonna play no music. I don't want to get copyrighted. This shit sucks, man. I need to drain that though. I need to drain it. How will I drain this? Alright, so let's see here. We should probably disconnect the valve. Hang on, I can't do it like that. What am I thinking? Oop, sorry. I kicked the camera. Okay, so what I should probably do is disconnect the valve. This one. Because this is a compression fitting, okay? And usually what you can do, like if you have a compression fitting, alright, this is why I wish people would actually watch me. Because I actually make sense with stuff. See, I use another little piece of rubber. See, this is just normal rubber tubing that I cut in half, okay? And then what I do is that when the tube goes over the barb fitting, I'll take this other piece of tubing and I'll double it up. So that way when I squeeze the compression fitting down on that tube, it makes a super, super tight fit. And that's very important, especially from vibration. Vibration is a beast when it comes to computer stuff. Alright, so that's just going to kind of sit there and leak. There's nothing I can really do about it. Just let it sit here and leak. I'll put a towel here to catch whatever lands. Let's see here. We need to get the top part as well, this top fitting. If I release the pressure in the top, it should allow a lot more water to kick out. Damn, it's really cold in here. My fingers are like frozen, dude. It's snowing outside, just to let you guys know. It is absolutely snowing. It's like 17 degrees outside right now. In my garage, it's 42, right? Oh, God, it went down. It's 41 degrees. 41 degrees in this garage right now. Damn, it feels it. All right, there we go. See what I was saying? I kicked the pressure loose and then all the water drained out. That's like the same with your house. That's why when a pipe breaks in your house, all of that water just comes powing out, just comes rushing out. It's because of all the pressure. It's the same concept. I release all that pressure and all that water just came spewing out. But that's good though. Now I can continue with the disassemble. We'll loosen the barb up and we'll pull the tube out. Now I don't want to lose my tube or my barbs, so I always try to put the head or the fitting back on the compression part. I'll always put them back together so that way I have them. If not, what you'll have is you'll have a whole bunch of pieces of stuff laying on your desk, and you'll be like, now I got to put all this crap together. Whoop, I got to get that O-ring. These fittings ain't cheap, man. These fittings are usually about 20 bucks a piece. It's not cheap. Water cooling computer stuff is, and no, oh, that's not good. I don't know why I did that. It's not cheap by no means. Let's get this top valve loose. Oh, the whole thing wants to come. Okay, well, that's how well I put that fitting on. It doesn't want to come loose. It took the whole assembly with it and stuff, which is kind of cool. Here, let's see if we can look down it. Hold on. Can we look down it? See, it looks. That's why I don't run water cooling coloring. If you use watercolor coloring in your builds, what you'll get is you'll get a powder that will build up all the way around the inside of the tubes. See, and it'll also cake up on the outside of the fitting here. It'll cake up all the way around there and around here. That's why I tell people, don't run additives in your water cooling computers. Don't put colors in them. Flip. Sorry, I'm in like horrible weather right now. It's absolutely snowing and the video will get cut off. It'll get like bad reception and stuff, so oh, hey crazy. What's up, girl? How are you? Thank you for watching. You the only one. I swear, me and you, the only one be watching each other. I said, no one else watches me. Look at me. I got 1,200 subscribers, and I've had maybe 3 or 4 people pop in. I'm tearing apart the computer, the wall-mounted computer. I don't know. I get bored with them. I'll build this, and it looks cool, and I like it, and then after that, I'll get bored, so I'll tear them down. And then once I tear them down, I'm like, all right, well, let's build something else. So I have to tear all this down. I'll clean it. I'll put it back in inventory, and from there. But I was explaining that if you these guys that have water-cooled computers, in their fluids, they add dyes to make the fluid look different colors or to look different types of ways. In fact, that's actually very bad for your computer. All of the little micro channels that are inside of the water block and inside of these little channels, what happens is those colors leave a sediment behind, and it really gums up your works. But I do not do that. I run just straight tap water, and that's why I am able to, after 6 months of building a computer and using it for months and months and months, I can drain it and tear apart my fittings, and my fittings look just like that. You see how shiny that fitting is? That fitting would not be that shiny if I ran colors and stuff in the mixture. It would be all chalky looking, discolored, all kinds of shit, and it will really ruin your computer. So you definitely do not want to do that. Um, that stuff corrodes it so fast, it'll just gum it all up inside, and you really don't want to do that to your machine. I mean, why spend thousands of dollars on a computer and then put something in it that's just going to ultimately eat it up on the inside? You know what I mean? It'll just destroy them. So for you guys who don't know, it's 41 degrees right now in the garage. It's like 17 degrees outside, and it's absolutely snowing, and I feel like I'm in a meat locker. My fingers are absolutely frozen. Like, that kind of hurts to do that. That's how cold it is in here. Sometimes I wish it would skip winter. So you don't ever want to pull apart your computer. You want to take it apart. Never pull them apart. Pulling them apart can damage the O-rings and the fitting themselves. And then, like I say, I always put the fitting back together once I do it. Because if you don't do that, once you're done tearing apart the computer, you'll look down at your desk and you'll have like hundreds of this shit just laying around everywhere, and you'll be like, damn it, now I got to put all of these fittings back together and throw them back in the box. And if you just pick it all up and throw it in your box, then you end up with this stuff everywhere, and you don't know if this collar goes to that fitting or if that fitting goes to that collar. You just don't know, because they all look alike, and some of them will fit other fittings, but they won't fit just right. And the problem is that you won't find that out until after you built the system and you filled it with water, and then you turned it on and you found out that one of your fittings is leaking. And you'll be like, well, what the hell? And then you got to drain it, tear it back apart, all because you do not, you're messy with your stuff. You can't be messy with this kind of stuff. I know guys, man, that build computers, and they leave their stuff everywhere, and it drives me bonkers. I'm like, why do you do that? Take good care of your stuff, man. Absolutely, take good care of your stuff, and your shit will take care of you. That's for sure. I mean, these fittings are $20 a piece. You know, you end up with a couple $100 in just fittings. So you definitely want to take care of your stuff. That's for damn sure. Hopefully all the water is somewhat drained out of this. Probably not. No. Oh, hell no. There's a lot of water in it. This whole radiator's still full. Shoot. That's not good. Here, let's see if I can't disconnect it and pull that. There's a release valve on the back side of this filter. The only problem is that the release valve, when they designed it, they put the release valve directly behind the dump valve. So if you put a fitting there, you can't reach up in there and hit the dump valve because the little lever hits the fitting. So it's kind of like a dumb design, but if you can get your hand back there without using that fitting, that dump valve works great. Plus it has an on-off shut valve, so I can, if I want to shut down the flow of the computer, there's two valves on the back here that I can turn, and that will shut the flow off. So that way, if I only need to work on this part of the water cooler, right, like all of this is okay, but my problem lies in here, I can turn that valve, drain just that part of the system out, and still keep this whole side of the system pressurized and full of water at the same time. And it saves yourself, because what you don't want in these systems is air bubbles. Little air bubbles develop all over the damn place, and you really don't want that, because air's not good for your system. It makes it louder. It can cause little issues. It can cause little vibrations to occur. And vibration is bad. Vibration in a gaming computer is bad, especially your fans. Like, if you have computer fans in your computer, like everybody does, after about a year or so, what happens is dust develops on top of those fin blades. And what that immediately does is it throws the weight of that fan blade off. And what happens is you get this motion. You get this waving motion. And what that does is that throws the collar off inside of that fan and warps the bearing or warps the little electric motor that's spinning the fan. And eventually it kills your fan. So you definitely want to buy A, good fans. B, make sure your system is clean. You got to keep the dust off of them. You got to keep the dust out of your system, man. If you do that, your system will last way better. Plus, it'll perform way better. So, absolutely keep the dust out of your shit. That's a... oh, man, that's really on there. I really put these things on there, don't I? Alright, so let's put our fittings together. You know, these radiators, I get people that ask me all the time, what's the difference between radiators? Really, the only big difference in them is the thickness and the channels inside. So if somebody says, oh, I got an 18 heat pipe radiator, well, then that means that there is 18 channels in that radiator for the water to be ran back and forth from. So a lot of times in the higher performance, like the more expensive radiators that are like $100 or so, if you look at the heat pipe count, you'll see that a lot of them are 18, 16, 22 channels. And that's because more flow that they can move through that channel, you know, the more cooling you'll get from that radiator. And a lot of times, the other big difference in radiators is the material that it's made out of. Aluminum or copper. Sometimes you'll get aluminum and copper with like a mixture of nickel on them, but those are more of like your cheaper ends. Your nicer end radiators will more likely be either copper or they'll be aluminum. All of the radiators that I run are aluminum. I try not to do mixed metal. I try not to have an aluminum CPU cooler and a copper radiator. What that's going to do is that's going to speed up the mix of algae and chemical energy and basically start the process of degradation inside of the actual metal of the fittings. So make sure that when you're looking at radiators that, you know, you look at A, what is it made out of? Is it made out of copper or aluminum? What is my water block that I'm running in my system made out of, copper or aluminum? Because you want them to match. Copper aluminum, or I'm sorry, copper CPU, copper radiator. Aluminum CPU cooler, aluminum radiator. And also look inside of the pumps too. The pumps are a big thing too in your fittings. Your fittings alone, a lot of your fittings are brass or they're copper that have been coated in like a nickel or some type of other metal to keep the exchange from those two. Because when copper and aluminum mixes, it gets this green stuff, like this algae shit, and it is corrosive. I actually have a radiator that it's full of white like chalk stuff inside. When I pulled it out of a system, it looked like cheese or something, or like spoiled milk floating around in it. And this was a fairly new build, so there should have been no reason for it to actually. Hold on, I gotta kind of pull on that. There we go. We'll let that drain. Let's see here. Let's pop the corks at the top, and we'll get all the rest of the water out of these. I'll probably just set them back up there for the time being. There's still quite a bit of water in this radiator. There we go. You know, pumps, like water pumps and water coolers and stuff, when it comes to system pumps, a lot of the guys run a D5 pump. The only problem with the D5 pump is that it's kind of notorious for failing, and it's also really expensive, but it's a good pump. I personally do not own a D5 pump. I literally run every other damn thing other than a D5 pump, and it works great for me. I literally have no issues running a D5 pump. It's just I don't want to spend 100 and something bucks and then the damn thing fail on me. The pumps that are in my system right now cost me like 20 bucks. I buy the same brand of pump, and it's usually about $20 on eBay from China, and it works great. In fact, it's the pumps that I'm going to put in our new build coming up. I've already ordered the parts for it. It was about an extra $450 worth of parts. That's going to go in our new build, and that wasn't even touching hardware. That was just like water cooling stuff. Well, I did buy some RAM, some new RAM modules to go in there and stuff, so that'll work nicely. Let's go ahead and take off our PCI Express bracket holders. We don't need those no more. All of our fittings. Fittings get expensive real quick. This right here is probably 100 and, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I bought a 4-pack of those for 30. So, and I'm using 2 of them, using half of them, so we'll say 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 115. So it's about $120 worth of fittings just right there in my hand. So the shit adds up real quick. It really does. But I encourage people to get into it. You can take your air-cooled system right now and water cool it. Okay? All you got to do is look for a CPU block that matches whatever platform of motherboard you're using. Oh, look at this. This is nice. I didn't notice this. Remember how a minute ago I was just sitting here talking about copper and aluminum and how it's not good? Well, I'm not going to be running this fitting no more. Look what I just discovered. Can y'all see what's inside that? It's I know you can see the shine. There it is. See that? That's copper. It looks like brass, but I don't believe it is. Huh. That's all right. We'll tear it apart. Put it back. And we will continue talking to ourselves. Welcome to Talking to Ourselves. I'm your host, Don, and I'm not doing shit. It's freezing ass cold outside. It's 41 degrees in this garage. It's like 17 degrees outside. I'm live streaming. I have 1,200 subscribers, but yet I can't get a single one of them to watch more than 10 minutes. But yeah, it's freezing ass cold outside. It's like 41 degrees in the garage. It's 17 degrees outside, and on top of that, it's snowing. I've been live streaming for about, 30 minutes now, 40 minutes now. I've had a few people pop in and out, but nobody stayed long enough to hear anything. I've given away like 10 secrets to water cooling, and I don't think anybody's been here to even been listening to it. So we're gonna light this up right here. Since nobody's watching any damn way, might as well just continue talking to myself, which I was talking to myself. I was talking to myself about copper blocks and aluminum blocks and how you shouldn't run them together. It's a bad idea, especially when you're looking for radiators. Shopping for radiators, the real difference in them is just mainly the thickness of them and stuff and the materials that they're made out of. But I buy quality stuff. These fans alone were, $16 a piece and stuff. I need to get this block off. See, I don't have I don't have a proper mounting system for that CPU cooler. So I zip tied it. Those are zip ties. You just take 2 zip ties and then, you take 3. And you cut the heads off of 2 of them, and then you use the body, and then you just run the 2 heads together, and it makes kind of like a nut and bolt. And it works great for holding CPUs to, or CPU water blocks to motherboards that you don't have the brackets for. See, there's another damn good advice. See, that's like the 12th damn good advice I've given away, and there ain't nobody listening to even hear what the hell I got to say about it. That's funny. Oh, well, I guess they'll just keep staying my kind of secret. I guess that's why I'm allowed to build shit like this. You know, I got 1,200 subscribers, but I can't get one of them to stay and watch me tear apart a computer and tell them knowledgeable shit. I've been saying some knowledgeable things, and nobody's listening. That's all right, though. And oh, don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't break it. Actually, I should probably disconnect that, because that's not good that that's hanging like that. I need to take these off, and maybe I can pull that out. I'm not sure. I'll have to get, maybe I can get this off. I could probably reach my hand behind it and zip it off with a screwdriver, and that will allow me to pull out the back end of it. So I think I'll do that. Uh-oh, did I stop live streaming? No, I'm still live streaming. Yeah, but nobody's watching though. That's all right. What else is new? We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Urgh. Boom, boom, boom. Go like this. Maybe it's boring. I guess it's boring. Yeah, I guess it's boring. That's why nobody's watching, right? Because it's boring? I mean, is there more entertaining things to do out there than watch me tear apart a computer? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. I don't know. But along the way, I've been given pretty good knowledge about things. So if I seriously doubt anybody will sit here and watch the entire live stream. I don't see that happening. But I've been giving out some pretty good knowledge about all this. And I've been saying how damn cold it is out here, dude. It's 41 degrees out here. It's like 17 outside and it's snowing. It's crazy. Oh, there we go. That'll work. And then, like, you have, like, those stupid little music channels that play dumb music. They got more people listening to that shit than I do watching. There we go. Get that unscrewed. Perfecto. See about hitting this one too. Come on. Everything is bolted together. I had to make sure that everything was bolted. That way, well, that way nothing wiggled or came loose or anything like that. Because you don't want nothing to come loose. Let's see here, we'll pop this off. Is this bolted on there? Yeah, no, it's bolted too. This sucks. I think I'll get a screw gun. Maybe I should just get a screw gun. Yeah, that'd be easier. I'll just zip, 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 and be done with it. Whoa, don't trip. There's a cord behind you. Alright, let's see here. I think I got, let's see here, the drill. The Craftsman. Yeah, that'll work. Bada boom. Alright. Tear that down. Okay. Alright, where are... That's a lot of water everywhere. Where are the cutters at? I need the clips. So here they are. Alright. Let's go ahead and cut this off. We don't need this no more. Okay. Alright, I didn't cut the wire or not. That's good. Alright, so all that can just kind of hang there. I can't remember how the radiator's on there. Maybe I can remove this piece here, this thing here, it looks like, well, maybe I can drop the motherboard. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll see about taking the motherboard out. Let's see here. We'll hit the upper one. Like that. That works. Alright, is there one more? Yeah, one more at the top. Go like that. Alright, so we got that off. Okay, let's see here. Wire hook here. There's still water in it. Alright, so I guess what I'll have to do is cut loose alright, so I got that. Alright, so I got the motherboard loose. I will set that over here because that needs to go back in inventory as well, because we don't want to lose nothing. You know, it's important that everything goes back where I got it from, so that way when I go to build another build again, I will have everything I need because it's organized and put together. Although I'm starting to create a little bit of a mess down here on the bench, but that's because it's mainly from the water. There's a lot of water that's dripped out, but that's okay. I kind of expected it to do that. But anyway, it doesn't look much like a computer anymore now, does it? Nope, sure don't. Let's see here, we can probably just set that all to the side. Oh no, there we go. That came loose. Our CPU cooler. Set that over there. Our RGB light. I wonder if we can get loose the power supply. Whoa, there it goes. Let's see, where's the other screw at? There we go. Alright, so I think the power supply is loose. And it is. Alright. Alright, so we're just going to kind of set that down like that. I'll see if I can't zip the screws out. Now these screws are special screws. They need to go back with this this reservoir. Damn, I got my words all mixed up today. It needs to go back with this radiator here. This is a good radiator. This is a Freeze Mod liquid cool 2 reservoir. It's part of their thin cooling or liquid cooling line, whatever it's called. Anyway, it works. It's a good radiator. I don't have any complaints. Let's see here. Alright, so we got that. It goes that way. At least the LEDs does. That feels like a bolt or a nut. Is that a nut? Yeah, it feels like a nut. Let's see if I can't let go of the left side here. Alright, there's that. Okay. Shoot. Man, it's cold out here. Well, I mean, it's pretty much done. And there's nobody watching anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it. Thanks for not watching. Yep. Yep. So do I have any messages? Oh yeah, I do. I have a couple messages. Top chat, super chat, member chat. Hello, hello, I'm here. Yeah. I didn't get a single like on it. That's nice. Alright, so how do I... Alright,